Hello, everybody. I'm Tyler Korth. This is my group, SynapseSpur. I'm going to be talking with you today about the problem that our 3D video game SynapseSpur is addressing. So, I want you to think about the last time you sat down to play a video game, but you only had 20 or 30 minutes free. Maybe you opened up something and realized you had no idea what you were doing because you hadn't touched the game in a couple weeks. You forgot where you were in the story, and you forgot what you were supposed to be doing. And just figuring out that ate up half the time that you had. So you closed the game and you did something else instead. Or maybe the opposite happened. You opened up a game, remembered exactly where you were, and realized that to actually do anything fun, you needed to grind for at least an hour first. Run that dungeon over and over to farm resources, level up a skill tree, unlock the next area, and none of that is the part you actually wanted to play. It's just the gate you have to get through to reach it. And on the complete other end of the spectrum, you got mobile games. Those are fast and easy to pick up. Sure, most of them aren't really games in a meaningful sense. You're tapping a button every few seconds and waiting for a timer. There's no real skill involved, no tension, and nothing that makes you feel like you earned anything. So, there's this gap. On one side, you have these massive time consuming games that punish you for stepping away. On the other side, you have stuff so simple that it barely even counts. And if you're really someone who generally likes games but doesn't have 4 hours to sit down every night, you're kind of stuck. That's the problem we have to address. So, our answer is SynapseSpur, a top down action roguelike. Now, if you've never heard of that word before, a roguelike is a genre where every single run is a fresh start. You don't have to remember the storyline. You open up the game, pick your character, and you go. The levels are procedurally generated, meaning the game builds them randomly every time you play. So the layout, the enemy positions, is all different every single run. You could play for 100 hours and still get a room combination you've never seen before. On the other hand, that makes the genre work is the risk and reward loop. You fight your way through rooms, facing progressively harder waves of enemies, pushing as far as you can, but you're always one bad fight away from losing it all and starting it over. That tension is what makes it exciting. Every decision matters because the consequences are real. And when you finally take down a boss you're struggling with, it actually feels like you earned it. So, what were our specific goals with SynapseSpur? First, we wanted zero buried entry. You open it, you pick a character you're playing. No tutorial to have to sit through, no story recap, nothing. Second, we wanted every single session to feel different so it never gets stale. And that's where the procedural generation comes in. Third, we wanted the difficulty to actually scale, so there's always a reason to keep pushing further. And fourth, we wanted two distinct characters, so players could find a playstyle that actually fits them. The mage is fast and hits hard and can't take many hits. The knight is slow and tanky and fights up close. Playing one feels like nothing. Playing the other feels which doubles the replayability before the procedural generation even kicks in. The main points we're addressing are simple. Not enough time to play big games, not enough depth in small ones, and the frustration of picking up something and feeling completely lost. SynapseSpur helps meets you wherever you are. You have 10 minutes, play. You have 2 hours, play. When your run ends, it ends cleanly, and you're one button press away from starting fresh. So now I'm going to have my teammate DeAndre. He's going to be talking about the other problems with SynapseSpur.
Hey Ty, I'm DeAndre Graham with SynapseSpur. So without an app like SynapseSpur, players are usually stuck choosing between two extremes. On one side, you have large, time-heavy games that require long sessions and a strong memory of where you left off. If you step away for even a few days, it becomes difficult to jump back in because you've forgotten the story, your objectives, or even the controls. A significant portion of your limited playtime ends up being spent just trying to reorient yourself instead of actually enjoying the game. On the other side, you have very lightweight or mobile style games. These are easy to pick up, but they often lack depth. There's little challenge, minimal skill involved, and not much sense of accomplishment. You're usually just repeating simple actions without any real engagement or progression. Because of this, players who don't have hours to dedicate to gaming are left in a frustrating position. They either commit to something that demands too much time or for something that doesn't feel rewarding. That gap is exactly what our game addresses. SynapseSpur provides a structured, skill-based experience that you can jump into immediately without needing long sessions or prior context. Now I'm going to pass it off to my teammate Aiden.
Yeah, so I'm Aiden Hadley, and I'm focused on the train generation system as well as music and various bug fixes. For the project, we use Godot. Since we were set on making a 3D game from the start, it was really between only Unity and Godot to make the project. However, after some deliberation with everyone, we decided on the latter for the open source values and the ease of work with GitHub and general collaboration when developing the game. Since we were using Godot, our main language was GDScript, which is a Python like implementation of C Sharp, with custom settings for Godot specifically, since it was made by Godot for Godot. This, along with the .tcsn scene files, built the core of the game. When gathering assets, we mostly used royalty-free assets online, using the .glb file type for easy import since Godot works the best with it. However, we did make some in-house assets, for example, the flower, the orb, and the arrows, which we'll see shortly. And we used Blender to create them, then export it as a GLB and into it. And that's really how the technology side works. Let's go ahead and check out the demo of the game.
Hello, I'm Matthew Bojanowski, and I'm going to be showing you a demo of our game, SynapseSpur. So, for the general gameplay, you're going to run around and shoot at the enemies who appear around you. Oh, that one dropped the power up. So far there's two kinds of power-ups, one that simply heals you and another that gives you a damage boost. There's some sprinting and dashing mechanics. There's also some speed potions. And this part is interesting. The chests. They can either give you a new attack as seen here. This one's the homing projectile, I think. Yep, yeah, it's the homing missile. It can either give you, chests can give you new attacks, or they can give you speed potions. Speed is very critical in this game, because these monsters are fast. Just running from these guys, trying not to get hit here. Just gonna keep attacking. Hopefully I can get to power up. I missed it. I missed it. Missed it again. And I think that's the first wave done. So as the waves progress, there's going to be more and more enemies each wave. And after fighting enough waves, there's going to be a boss fight you have to do, which is going to be tough probably. And I just realized I'm really low on health, so I'm going to try and really keep my distance now. Just keep shooting the homing missile at him. I think the most fun part of I had when making this was creating the weapons and attacks. There were just so many ideas to make and so many things to work on, just not a lot of time. But I love it. This horde should eventually go down. I'm gonna go back to the fireball, that deals more damage. I need to heal, so I'm gonna pick these up. And I'm just gonna keep running, using speed potions when necessary, grabbing more heals. And for the sake of this being interesting, I'm just gonna skip to the boss wave with special, one of the cheat commands, if I can. There we go. Where are you, boss? There he is. There he is. There he is. I didn't see you there. There he is. Let's get him. going to be annoying for my homing missile. Back to Fireball, I guess. Again. This guy's annoying with the summons, but yeah, he's one of our few bosses in the game. Gonna grab this. And hopefully he's close to dying. Hopefully he's close to dying, I said. Hopefully he's close to dying. And he's dead. So once you do kill the boss, you'll unlock a new room, where the cycle repeats again. Fun. So anyways, that was our game, SynapseSpur. Hope you enjoy playing it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching the video for SynapseSpur. We appreciate it a lot.